Okay, hello and welcome aboard this easyJet flight from Nice to Porto. We'll get ourselves set up and underway as soon as we can. Oh, hello, we've got some ATC here. Let's have a look. Let's read the ATIS details. Don't have any ATIS details. We'll get that in a minute as and when we can. Good, I'm glad there's ATC here. Let's get the plane set up then. A320 stairway. So battery 1, 2 on. Steer back, AP master. And start.
Welcome aboard, everyone. Before we get moving, please be sure to fasten your seatbelts, return your seat position, and store your carry-on luggage in either an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. If seated next to an emergency exit,
So here we are in Nice.
if you do not wish to perform the functions described in them in the event of an emergency, please inform a flight attendant so that they may reseat you. We request that all portable electronic devices such as mobile phones or laptops be either turned off or put in airplane mode at this time. This is because these devices may interfere with the aircraft's navigation and communication equipment. We will inform you when you may continue using these devices.
Okay, let's tune the ATIS then, which is a 129.6. Huh. I can't hear anything. Okay. So I now need to tune to Nice departure 13447. Nice departure, good afternoon. Alpine 52 Mike X-ray Airbus A320 on stand 55 Delta with information Papa. IFR to Porto please.
Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, hello sir, startup approved. Runway 04 in use. Turil 6 Alpha departure, initial flight level 100, stroke 5635.
Cleared via the 286 Alpha departure, runway 4 right, initial climb, flight level 10, squawking 5635 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Alpine, correct, report push and start.
We'll report push and start for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray. Okay, so 5635. I'm glad he put those details up on there, so I'd have forgotten half of it. 286 Alpha, I think it's the one I had, wasn't it? Hold on a minute. 6 outfit, yeah, brilliant. Okay, so 5635. There we go. Okay, we've got 5635 in the box. And we now just need to, so we've got the APU started, so let's just come on. So. Transponders, probe window heat, an APU bleed. Set the ideas now. Emergency lighting armed. Landing elevation. Strobes on auto. Altimeter set. Altimeter is 1026. Yep, we got the ATC clearance. Can program in. Initial climb 10,000, he said. So put that in as well. Program the rest of the FMC in now. Init ref, so we're going from LFMN, LFMN to LPPR. Yeah. Eight, 7, 0. Six. Up 0.9. Plan LFM departure full right via the TUI 6 departure. 6 Alpha. There we go. And then from TUI, let's use it at 192. To Adita. UL127. FJR. UT24. HDMI. UN995. PPN. UN976. ZMR. UL155. Canna. And Dr. Elegix. Okay. Right, we've programmed all that in. It is aligned. We're still waiting for the ideas to align. Doors closed. Sequences. Smoking. Okay, is this aligned yet? Paul Tagger, hello. Sorry, I didn't I didn't see you waving there. I had my charts open, but yeah, welcome aboard. I'm just about to push back and start from here in Nice. I have to talk to ATC for a bit, but once I'm sorted with that, then I'm free for a chat. Right, ready to push and start now. Let's have a look. Nice departure, Alpine 52, Mike X-ray, ready for push and start, please.
Alpine, push and start approach facing east, facing west. Sorry, facing west.
Push and start approved, facing west for Alpine 52, Mike X-ray. Facing west, so west's going to be. Oh god, which way? Let me think about this. West is going to be that way, so we need to push back nose round to the right. Yeah, it would be facing west, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. Super.
Ground to cockpit, Plaza knowledge, call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay. Yeah, better pushback does take a while to do its thing. It's the only drawback with it.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So yeah, flight time today is going to be in the region of around just about over 2 hours. For some reason I thought Porto is a lot nearer to Nice than it actually is. But yeah, it's a bit further than you realise, but that's still not too bad. Still not as long as it took me to fly from Budapest to Alicante yesterday. Should be pushing back. The controller's probably wondering why I haven't pushed back yet. Come on, come on, come on.
Stop connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, so engines are on, ignition selector can go back to normal, AP bleed can be switched off, beacon packs beyond ground spoilers, we can arm those now.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Put a brake to max. Flaps set. The AP master can come off now. Awesome. Next departure, Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, ready for taxi please.
Alpine, taxi hold short Alpha 1, runway 04 left.
Taxi and hold short of Alpha 1, runway 4 left for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Yes, I confirm you are Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Right. Okay, it's going to hold short of that runway. I'm really not used to being Alpine instead of easyJet. It's really confusing. Dear. Really not with it today at all. Right, so we need to hold short of the runway here now. Cross a runway 4 left, hold short of runway 4 right via Whiskey 3 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Approaching 04 left.
See what? Put any of the lights on.
Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, wind calm, 104 right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Approaching 04 right. On runway 04 right.
Next departure Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, climbing through 2000 to flight level 10.
Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, direct Resbo, Romeo Echo Sierra Bravo Oscar, flight level 180.
Direct to Resbo for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray. Now where's my water gone like that? Probably gonna fix it. Was a transition 5000? Okay. That's good. Seatbelt stay on a little bit longer. And these departure, it's Alpine 52 Mike X-ray. Apologies, I can't remember if you cleared us above flight level 100 or not.
Alpine 42 flight level 180.
Climbing flight level 180 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, thank you. Yeah, I think we did. As I say, I'm really not with it today. Oh. Yeah, I need to fix that water. It's not looking great, is it? Twiddle about with it.
Tout est possible, avec une petite bière quand on monte un peu à la tour, tout est possible. Allez, prévoyez guidage radar Air Naval face.
Air Naval face.
I know idea what they're talking about, sounds funny though.
Ah, tout de suite pour la petite bière.
Allez, c'est parfait. On va commencer par un petit direct sur Amfou, stable Amfou 160.
Direct Amfou, stable niveau 160 sur Amfou.
C'est parfait. Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, Unicom 1 to the decimal 8, good flight, bye bye.
Unicom on 122.8 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. Continue our climb. There we go. Awesome! Nice, it's always nice to have a bit of ATC on any phase of the flight, really. I really got tongue-tied on that departure, though. I kept wanting to say easyJet instead of Alpine, and then I kept wanting to say Max instead of Mike. Oh dear. But we figured it out in the end. Neve to Porto. Ah jeez, I can't even spell on my stream. It should be Nice to Porto. Oh, let's see if I can edit that. Please let me edit it. There we go. Nice, oops, capital. Save. There we go, fixed it. Nice to be back flying during the day. Been doing a lot of night flights recently, so yeah, forgotten what the daylight looks like, to be honest with you. No, I'm quite happy with these clouds. I've just got to get rid of that overpowering sun through the water there. Just fix that, and then everything will look good. Okay, I think we're going to take the seatbelts off now. So they'll probably get whacked by a load of turbulence. My flight yesterday had loads of turbulence. Got a bit of a headwind, unfortunately. It's so quiet out there. Oh, there's another Alpine. Who's that? Where's he going? Paris down to Napoli. I quite like the call sign Alpine, actually. Quite a nice ring to it. The sun is just so ridiculously bright on the water. I'll need to I'll need to sort that out. Obviously not on this flight, but going forwards. A bit of high level cloud. Boop. We are into it now. Oh no, we were into it. Not anymore. Ah, look at that. Might have to take a screening of that because that does look nice. Ortho can sometimes look really good when it's of a good quality. And the right sort of look at clouds, like round that area, that looks actually beautifully realistic, I have to say. Trying to get some live ATC on in the background because this silence is deafening. Let's get trusty old Zurich on, shall we? Zurich radar. That's interesting. Where's my VATSIM thing gone to? Crap. back. Last thing I need is VATSIM to come down. VATSIM. Spy, where are you? Guido, hello! Welcome aboard this flight. I'm just sorry, I was just a bit distracted and I was trying to get that spy back up. It seems to have died on me. Rather unfortunate. Yeah, I know, stop it. Great. Okay, I don't have that spy up at the moment, that's a bit frustrating. How are you doing? Why do I not get that spy up? Hold on a minute, let me do that. Let me go run as admin. It's really annoying. Task manager. Details. Must be here. Expire. Task. Let's spy back up. Should come back now. There it is. Okay, panic over, we got that spy back. Super. I'm just skirting along the south coast of France at the moment, we can see it down there. And then we'll be over the Pyrenees and through northern Spain, finishing up down into Porto. Expecting runway 17 approach, so landing on the southerly runway. There is ATC online for Porto's got ATIS online. I better check that when I get nearer. Yeah, Lisbon controls on. Whether we can expect on arrival, let me have a look at that in a second. LPPR. It's cloudy in Porto at the moment. It always seems to be cloudy when I fly into Porto for some reason. 14 degrees, visibility's okay. Wind 198 knots. Yeah, bit of cloud about. Not horrendous weather. I completed a flight this morning. I flew back from Alicante into Budapest, and the weather on arrival was I pretty much flew into a snowstorm. Visibility. I wish I had. I didn't record it. I wish I had now, but because I didn't expect such a traumatic arrival. But we had about the cloud base was down to about 200. Visibility is about 1 mile, so we only saw it at the last second. You're from You're in Venezuela. Wow. Yeah, really a global reach here on YouTube. I'm always interested actually to know where the people who drop in on my stream are from, and yeah, Venezuela I think is the furthest away that I know of. So yeah, welcome. I'm just trying to think what the time zone is in Venezuela. Actually, it must be that must still be the morning for you, right? I'm guessing sort of mid-morning. I'm going to estimate you're about. Oh, look a minute. Let's see. So yeah, if I go by the capital, it's just coming up to 11. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh, only 4 hours behind, okay. We're just about to reach our cruising altitude. We've got a bit of a headwind, but hopefully that won't slow us down too much. We'll get the Asus details up for Porto actually. Let's see, runway in East 17, there we go. Awesome. I need to do some more flying in South America actually. I do have Orbx for South America, and a couple of months ago I did do an Avianca flight from Bogota to somewhere. I forget where. I just know that yeah, that's when I was having problems with the FS Labs, and when I landed it went shooting off the runway and stuff. But yeah, I must revisit South America at some point, because there's some pretty interesting airports down in sort of Central and South America. So yeah, I'm just trying to think if I've still got my Avianca set up on Project Fly or not. Yeah, I might take a trip down there for my next stream, maybe do another flight out of Bogota somewhere. Clouded up a bit. I was hoping we get a nice view. You can just glimpse a bit through there. I was hoping we get a nicer view of the coast as we work our way down towards Porto. Yeah, so we're currently flying over Montpellier. Unfortunately, it appears we're going to have quite a bit of cloud en route. No. As a shame, it would have been nice to have seen the Pyrenees as we fly over them, but I suspect we won't see too much of them because of the cloud. Might clear. Actually, I can tell if I go on to Active Sky a minute and get the map up. That will tell me how much cloud is. Yeah, we're going to pretty much have cloud all the way, unfortunately. Looking at the cloud map on Active Sky. Yeah, that's a shame. I was hoping we'd get to enjoy a bit of the scenery, but we're going to get to enjoy a lot of cloud instead.
direct left side. Yeah, left side, Watch right, Quebec to Lima, direct 60. I cannot help you now. Ready for the 222, contact ground 133, decimal 830, 123, 830, Charlie, to the 50. Flight level 180, flight level 180. Short delay. Hold on, hold with 55 radio. 69, hold it, hold, short delay for you too. Flight level 150, rate 2000 operator. 150, 2000 operator. Then equipment on road, people find them 250. 2791 November, present position down, so please go for 1 door. Okay, so play 1 door, 279 on November. 3 turns side of the 3 of the sun. That doesn't do it. Ready, cover 149, 23 127, decimal 450, skidding. 45 on the 149. Earlier 7 single hotel, counting 2 radar 128, decimal 155, skidding. 200 line, Gatwick Delta, Sierra 513. After this noise, using 200 line, Gatwick Delta, Sierra 513. Right up there, kilo better is the so 016 kilo and 185, triple on ladder. Econ number, kilo 17257. Alright, Capital 180, present 01 for Mike and 85, coming here, clear. Okay, action 0 for Mike. 02826, I'm ready, flight level 19, 0 level 8 with the castle. Thanks, ready, level 1, Tiger 6141, and flight level 190, flight level 190, right, 617 uniform, contact arrival 118, decimal 005. Got the flight level 170, the flight 5 radio. Action 141, flight level 180. Got the flight level 141.
Let's see, we'll check something. So we've still got a horrendous amount of miles left to go. Should land in round about an hour and 20 minutes. Got live ATC on the go at the moment, so the ATC chatter you can hear in the background of the stream is actually coming from real life. I've got Zurich radar on the go, so it's just useful just to bring a bit more sort of background ambience and sort of real feel into these flights. You know, I'm almost tempted to put money on, if you could, and say that the Lisboa control radar will disappear off VATSIM just before I enter his airspace. Unless there's an event on there or something. How many people have got flying into Lisbon? A fair bit of not huge amounts. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. I have a scenery problem with Porto Airport. Actually, you'll see a little error message pop up in the right of the screen, top right of the screen as I get nearer. It's just due to one of the libraries being slightly wrong, but it doesn't seem to stop the airport working properly, and I can just close the screen. So yeah, I think it's because it's an older scenery, and from really made for X-Plane 10, and obviously this is X-Plane 11, so I think that's is part of the problem. And we'll stick with it. Yeah, it sure is cloudy out there. Let's have a look now. They're actually a little north of the Pyrenees. I thought we were going. Let's have a look at my routing a minute. It's mouse pointer. Okay, so we're just routing north of them. We'll be turning in a more southwesterly track shortly. It'll take us across them down into Porto. And we can't see a thing. Damn it. Have we got any other traffic coming into Porto other than myself? Yes, we have. I believe they are a little bit further out. We should get there before either of them. How far away from top of the sun are we? Let's see if it comes up on my. There, we've got a bit of a way to go yet. I've got 53 knot headwind as well. It's going to slow us down. What kind of VATSIM traffic have we got up and about? Not far out to Frankfurt, south to Alicante, Gatwick, Barcelona, Schiphol, through to Gatwick, East Porto, that's me. Oh yeah, sure. Sorry, I didn't see you'd popped up popped up another message. So I was looking at stuff on my phone. I didn't realise you were still watching. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if I don't know what I mean, I don't know what to say then. If you don't understand, well, you must understand sort of some limited English. But yeah, feel free to watch and pick bits up. And yeah, if you want to ask some questions, feel free. And yeah, I'll do my best to help you out. But yeah, unfortunately, my your English is. I tell you what, your English is probably miles better than my Spanish or any language for that instance. And languages is not my strong point, unfortunately. But my wife is Hungarian, so I try to learn a bit of that, but that really is not an easy language to get to grips with. Ah, we can see, yeah, there we go, we can see the Pyrenees. So we've got the Pyrenees just down through the clouds here. Got a break in the clouds just so we can see that. It looks nice, doesn't it, actually? Screenshot. An outside perspective. We're slowly getting there. Let's bring that down. There we go. Okay, so we're about an hour into this flight now. See elapsed time down there we set when we departed from Nice. One thing I've found on VATSIM is that everybody still seems to use voice communication. I mean, that's probably because text communication. They do have voice on Unicom now, but it's limited, I think, to about 20 miles, which is kind of a shame. I was really hoping to hear a lot more VATSIM communication, but never mind. We've got a bit of cloud ahead of us. So top of descent is still about 260 or 70 miles away, so it's still going to be about, should have reached top of descent in around about just over half an hour, I would imagine. And then descent time will be about another 35 minutes or so. Probably a little bit more with these winds. jealous of the thought. If I go on still got ATC online in Portugal. Now, so we're just crossing over the border back into Spain. Then we'll track down, we'll be passing Pamplona shortly. That'll be to our right. And then we'll track further across past a load of places I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Sounds PVG. Avery, is he going to America? Marrakesh to Asturias. Nice. Always like going on VATSpy and seeing where everyone else is flying to and from. It's always quite interesting. Okay. Let's check, see how much further we got to go. About 200, so about 230 miles. We'll top of descent. I only thought this flight was going to take me about an hour. It's just, for some reason I just didn't realise how far away Porto is actually from Nice. It's, as I mentioned already, it's actually a lot further than you realise. It's KAC 500. 38. Nice. Yeah, it is quite a long flight. It's in total about 2 hours 15 minutes. So, as I said a little while ago, we should be yeah, we're about 170, 180 nautical miles from our top of descent, so we should begin our descent within the next 20 minutes to half an hour. So yeah, it is. I'm buying a new PC. What's better, 4x8 gigabytes of RAM or 2x16? For P3D or X-Plane. Let's see. Well, I mean, they're both going to, they're both going to give you what, 32 gigs of RAM. I suppose what you really want to look at, I mean, to be honest, I'm not too clued up on RAM, but you probably want to look on, what do I have? I should have the spec for my system in the description. So I know I've got 16. I think I've got 16 meg of RAM. But whether it's best to buy the 4x8 or 2x16, to be honest, I couldn't tell you either way. It's more the sort of the quality of the RAM itself than whether you're buying it in chunks of 8s or 16s, I would say. But yeah, just to answer your question, what I have, as I said, it is in the description below this stream. Let me have a look. Hold on, just bear with me for a minute, and then I will tell you. It is. See, I have. Pretty sure I've got it here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've got 16 gigabytes, 2x8 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance, 2133 megahertz DDR4 RAM. Seems to work well enough for me. Obviously, if you have more RAM, it will probably help more. If you have a higher megahertz of RAM, I guess that helps as well. So, yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really know how important. Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. I don't know how important RAM. I mean, obviously, you do need some RAM, but probably the main players in Flight Simulator, the key ones are obviously your processor and your graphics card. But yeah, having 32 gigabytes of RAM certainly won't hurt, that's for sure. But I get by well enough on 16, so there we go. I suppose the big question is what is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 going to require in terms of RAM and everything else, and of course we don't yet know. Although, as I touched upon in another stream, I have read reports, unsubstantiated, of course, unconfirmed, that you won't need a supercomputer. Obviously, the higher spec computer you have, better internet connection you have, the better your simulator will be. But by all accounts, it's from what I've heard, and again, as I said, I can't confirm it, but it is fairly. Doesn't change the FPS between 16. No, I mean, again, because yeah, I suppose whether you. I wouldn't have thought so, because although you're drawing off 4 bits of RAM rather than 2, you're still at the end of the day got the same amount of RAM. So, obviously, if you've got 16 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of RAM, is that going to help your FPS? Maybe a little bit. I can't say for certain because I've never increased the RAM. I've never increased the RAM from this machine since I got it, so it's not like I can say to you, oh, I stuck another 16 gig of RAM in my machine and I found I had 10 better FPS. Certainly the better graphics card and processor you can get, that's certainly going to help you. But the RAM itself, to be honest with you, I don't know how much having extra RAM is going to boost your FPS by. I mean, funnily enough, I was thinking about upgrading to 32 gigabytes of RAM myself, but if I do get round to doing that, then yeah, I'll finally be able to answer that sort of question. I have just heard the little subscriber noise. Oh, unfortunately I haven't got my Streamlabs up to see who that was. So thank you very much for subscribing. It's always much appreciated. Slowly edging towards 50 subscribers. Ah, there we go. Orbx Krikov has subscribed. Thank you very much. And whereabouts are you watching this stream from? Just out of interest. Always like to I like to know where people are from. Flight Simulator 2000, oh, that's going back some years, isn't it? 747, and now, yeah, P3D, yeah, I fly on P3D as well. Flight Simulator 2000, yeah, I can remember those days, and before. I mean, I first started, I've only really been flying regularly on simulators for about the last 3 or 4 years. Before then, I've sort of flown on and off a little bit. And when I first flew a simulator, one of the Microsoft ones, that was back in the 1980s with like wireframe graphics, and it's come a long way. Oh, Israel, okay, nice, very nice. I'm here in a rather chilly UK, east of the UK, not far from Cambridge. So wow, Israel earlier, and it got Israel, Venezuela. Wow, yeah, it's really really interesting to see people from so many different places. So yeah, welcome to the stream. And funnily enough, I actually flew to, not in real life but on the simulator, I did a flight on my channel to Tel Aviv. Did I put that? Yeah, I think I put that up on the channel. I'm trying to think, that was Ryanair. Did I put that up on my channel, Tel Aviv? Having said that now, I did fly into Tel Aviv the other day. I tell you what, memory like a sieve today. Let's have a look. Pretty sure I did. I just jump onto my channel a minute and go to my videos. pretty sure that I did do Tel Aviv, Poznan, Miami, Orlando, Rome. Yeah, there we are. Paphos to Tel Aviv, P3D 4.5 with Ryanair. Did that about 3 weeks ago.
33050, thank you,
So yeah, Venezuela and Israel, some really really exotic locations today on the channel. Yeah, sure, feel free to go and check that out. I'm trying to remember if my landing was any good or not. I'm just trying to think now. Was I flying on the NGXU with that? I think I might have been. Can't remember now. Because I just recently upgraded to the new PMDG 737, the NGXU, and that's pretty performance heavy, and the problem I'm also finding with it is that replays are totally bugged. You don't see the flaps, you don't see the speed brakes or anything, and the sound's all off, so I don't know why that is. It's something I've got to look into. Yeah, hopefully I'll sort that out sooner rather than later. I can't believe the weather on this flight's been so So we're slowly edging away to the top of descent, 120 nautical miles to go. The ATC is still online in Portugal, so hopefully we'll get some interaction with them. Always makes it more interesting. Just got to remember that my call sign is Alpine and not easyJet. Although we are flying an easyJet flight, we're flying because they have sort of different offshoots of easyJet. They have sort of like they have easyJet UK, which is just easyJet. They then have easyJet Switzerland, which their call sign I think is Top Swiss, and then they have like an easyJet Europe, which I think they've registered out of Austria, I believe. I could be wrong. And that's Alpine. So although we're an easyJet flight, our call sign is Alpine. So a little bit confusing when you do easyJet flights. Obviously when you're Ryanair, you're Ryanair wherever you're going from and to. So, but yeah, easyJet's a little bit different. Although Ryanair do have some subsidiaries, they have and they have Louder Air, didn't they buy out Louder Air? Ryanair, I think, and they also have recently bought back another one called Buzz, because they're going to be flying out of Budapest. I know this because I fly to Budapest a lot, and Ryanair is stopping that route because they're going to get their subsidiary to run it and compete with Wizz Air apparently. It's going to work out cheap for them or something, so I'll get to fly on a nice, I think they've got a yellow aeroplane or something instead of a blue and white one. It'll be interesting. Been in the air now, hour and 25. It feels like twice as long as that. This flight, for some reason, has felt like it's taken me half a day. I don't know why. It's I usually like to sort of stick to flights that are sort of no more than about 3 hours. Occasionally they do get a little bit long. Typically if I get rostered a longer route, I will just not stream it. I'll go off and do something else and then just come back and land it. Or sometimes I do just sit there and watch stuff on Netflix, but this one we are sitting here for duration, obviously. Right, we'll set up the and tell you what, I'm going to do it now actually, get the descent info in. Give me something to pass the time with. Let's see, so approach information. Let's get up active sky. It's raining in Porto at the moment. Visibility is not great either. Quite high pressure though, 1033 on the QNH. Temperature is 12, wind 180 at 6. 12, 180, 6. And our decision height, if I get up my Navigraph charts, it's probably going to be around about, what, 200? Cat 1 is 200. We need Cat 1, won't we, if the visibility is not great. So Cat 1, so it takes us down to about 200. So we'll plug that in there. And our V approach speed is going to be 138. There we go. Super. It's all set up ready. Oh, I'll put in the frequency as well. What's this frequency? 125.55. It's always a good trick to do in VATSIM is to have your next frequency ready before you need it. Saves a little bit of time. So look, when we arrive into Porto, I think we vacate to the left if we're coming in on runway 17. So, yeah, okay. Vacate left and then terminal's pretty much right there. That's straightforward enough. Webby Links, hello once again. Nice to see you back again. And approximation versus visual or ILS. I was right. I guess that's what you're writing. Well, I just checked the weather forecast. We are set up for an ILS. I just checked the weather forecast, and the visibility's deteriorated at Porto. So as it stands, we will most definitely be on an ILS approach, unless the weather clears up a bit. Usually if I'm set up for an ILS approach, is this the new airplane? This is the Flight Factor A320, so it's been around a while, and so no, it's not new as such. It's just a standard A320. I don't even think it's an A320 Neo. I just think it's a standard A320. I could be wrong on that. So yeah, I usually if I'm given an ILS approach, I usually just fly the ILS. If I get an RNAV approach or a VOR approach, then yeah, if visibility's good, then I usually just switch the autopilot off and bring it down. It depends what the ATC gives me, to be honest with you. I mean, they'll be the ones who will actually assign what kind of approach I do. But I'm guessing, as I say, with the current weather as it is, they'll clear me for the ILS. Would be my expectation. But we're finally approaching a top of descent. No, I'm just flying for the fun of it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not. It would have been nice for being a pilot, but unfortunately, due to my eyesight, that's not something I can do on a commercial or indeed military level. I could get my private pilot's license if I had the time and money, which currently I don't, unfortunately. So yeah, I just pretty much just fly because I have an interest in aviation and you know, seeing how it all works. So let's have a look. 40 nautical miles to go. Are we going to get called by Lisboa radar? Or no, control, not radar. Now we got two. We got centre and we got west centre. So it's probably going to be. That's going to be interesting to see if either of them want to talk to me then. Yeah, we'll see. Well, if they do, they'll obviously ping me on the. On the X-Pilot. Oops. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to landing this. I'm getting quite tired and hungry now, but there we go. That's a question I often see get asked. Now, I have actually been in a 737 in the jump seat. That's many years ago, not recently. I have flown a Cessna with an instructor recently. So to answer that question, can you land it safely or not? You will have the advantage if you're an experienced sim pilot, of knowing where all the buttons and switches and controls are and what they do, and you may be knowledgeable on some of the procedures. However, what the simulator cannot replicate very well is, or it's getting better, is the handling. So to a degree you'd have a better chance than some other person who knew nothing, but certainly you'd still find it, especially if the conditions were anything more than a light breeze, you would still have a very, very hard job of getting it down in one piece. So yeah, you'd have a better chance, but it's, you know, I think there's a lot of people out there who fly sims and like to sort of imagine that as a dream scenario. It's like, oh yeah, they go on a commercial flight and all of a sudden the pilots become ill or something and they leap in and save the day and land the plane. In reality, it's probably not going to be as easy as that. As I said, yes, you're going to have a little bit of an advantage. I mean, yeah, if you had an if you ever did have an emergency where both pilots somehow got got incapacitated, better to have someone who's at least familiar with the systems than someone who isn't. Then, you know, at least you can then concentrate on actually trying to handle the plane. So yeah, definitely trying to, I mean, bear in mind these planes can auto land as long as the airport's got that capability. So I would imagine in that scenario the ATC would just, or someone over the radio would instruct you to set it up for an auto land. I don't think they'd probably want you to, you know, disconnect the autopilot at 1,000 feet and go, yeah, I can do this, because chances are you might not. So yeah, to be honest, myself, I would not want to be in that position, because you know, it's not just you, is it? You're responsible for the lives of about 200 other people behind you. So that added pressure. I mean, on the sim, you come in for an approach and, you know, you feel all confident, and if it goes wrong, it's not the end of the day. Whereas, you know, obviously in real life, well, that's it. You make a bad mistake, it's there's no second chances. So yeah, it's always an interesting thing. They had that. Oh, hold on, I've got to call ATC. Let's see, contact us on 125.55. Okay, so I need to just turn that off and transition across to that.
Contact visual 131.325. 131.325. Bye-bye.
Dispatch Centre, good afternoon. Alpine 52 Mike X-ray with you, flight level 370, approaching top of descent.
Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, Lisboa, boa tarde, radar contact. Direct Papa Romeo, proceed direct Papa Romeo 612 when ready, descent at level 250.
Direct Papa Romeo 612 when ready, descend at flight level 250 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Condor 7 Charlie Foxtrot, contact visual 131.
That's Papa Romeo 652, did he say? Papa Romeo 612 or Papa Romeo 6... Jeez, hold on, let's get the descent.
Flight level 60, jet flight level 4,000 feet.
There we go.
Jet Airways 699
650, we'll take it as he meant. It's close enough, isn't it?
Flight level 160, Jet Airways 6.
Oops. There we go.
Jet 1 Golf X-ray, contact visual 131.325.
Let me just check my plan just to make sure that makes sense, what he's asked me to do. Oh yeah, that's going to work. Yeah, I'm now talking to a controller on VATSIM. He's controlling Lisboa Centre. Previous to that, I was listening to just a live ATC feed from Zurich Radar, which is in real life, obviously not talking to them.
Fraction 393 November, flight level 400. Fraction 393 November, Lisboa, squawk 4731. 4731, fraction 393 November.
I just can't get used to this call sign at all. Yeah, it's on simulation, VATSIM is simulation. I still just can't get used to my call sign today. I just keep wanting to say easyJet and Max. It's because it's MX. Makes me want to say Max instead of Mike X-ray. It's really throwing me.
50, proceed direct to direct business. Maybe proceed direct to Addons. Proceed direct to Addons, Lufthansa 250.
Okay, right, let's concentrate on this descent now. Ourselves into my flight height at the moment, we're just descending through flight level 325. We've been cleared down to flight level 250.
Visible control, Scandinavian 5541 radio. Scandinavian 5541 radio 5, squawk 4742. Two stations, break, Scandinavian 5541, squawk 4742.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for dropping in again, and yeah, we'll see you another time.
699, climb at level 160. Flight level 160 to David 699. That's Scandinavian, for 1 we are descending to land as well.
Ready for that message.
Scandinavian 5541, identified. Descent at level 100, direct Addons, runway 17. Descending flight level 100 and direct Addons, and expecting 17, Scandinavian 55. Jet, correction, duty 1, Victor Yankee, release, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye. 122.8, thanks for your service, beauty 1, Victor. Easy 26 Foxtrot Lisboa. Jet 2869 request 3 empty. Enable. Laser view. Enable. Lufthansa 250, contact Lisboa 131.325. Lufthansa 250, contact Lisboa 131.325. Contact 131.325, bye bye. 2Jet 2869er, climb at level 240. Easy 26 Foxtrot, which one? Mike X-ray, continue descent at level 170.
Continue descent, flight level 170 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
Thomas Cook 4 Hotel Papa, release from control, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye bye. Thomas Cook 4 Hotel Papa, Lisboa. Jet 2869er, confirm level requested to Faro, runway 10 at Faro. Please repeat for Jet 2869er, runway 10 at Faro, confirm level requested. Runway 10 my level requested. Jet 2869er, climb at level 230. Scandinavian 5541, continue descent at level 70. Continue descent, flight level 70, Scandinavian 5541.
Bit of weather update. Still raining. Visibility still rubbish. Clouds at 400 feet. Visibility 1,300 meters. So yeah, really bad weather in Porto at the moment. We should do our best with it.
Faction 393 November, request descent. Faction 393 November, descent at level 250. Flight level 250, Faction 393 November. Jet 2869er, proceed direct to Venlo. Direct to Venlo, 2869er. flight to Victor Echo November, continue position 26.
Scandinavian 5541, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1033, clear Dallas approach runway 17.
Descending 4,000 feet, QNH 1033 and clear Dallas runway 17, Scandinavian 554.
Alpine 52, Mike X-ray, continue descent at level 70.
Descend flight level 70 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
This is Chanex 763.
What's your message?
A request F410 763.
Where did that Alpine flight come from? Oh, no, Alpine. Where did that SAS flight come from? He's a little bit ahead of me.
Thanks, Chanex 763.
It's fine.
Descent at level 170. Scandinavian 5541, wind 180 degrees 7 knots. RVR 1,300 meters, cloud base height 300 feet, runway 17, clear to land.
The landing clearance for Scandinavian 5547, correction 5547, 5541.
Scandinavian 5541, wind 180 degrees 7 knots, RVR 1,300 meters, cloud base height 300 feet, runway 17, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 17, Scandinavian 5541.
Zalman, Tutu, boa tarde. Information Kilo QNH 1033. Cleared to... correction. Confirm you are at Lisboa? Station is at Portugal 122, confirm? Vai, está bem. Portugal 122, information QNH 1033, clear to Porto, inbound 4 November, squawk 4764. Portugal 122, feedback correct, report heading. Jet Airways 699er, proceed direct PSX. Jet Airways 699er, visual.
Say again for Jet Airways 699, please.
Jet Airways 699er, proceed direct PSX.
Proceed direct to PEVX, Jet Airways 699.
Traction 393 November, continue descent at level 160.
Level 160, fraction 393 to Lambert.
Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, continue descent at level 60.
Descend flight level 60 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray. Maybe speeds. Ooh, we're gonna have to watch for that. To slow ourselves down sooner. We should watch for that. And continuing our descent down.
Alpine 52 Mike X-ray, continue descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1033, clear ILS approach Hanoi 17.
Continue descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1033, cleared for ILS 17 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray.
VATSIM 2869er, continue descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1032, clear ILS approach Hanoi 10. VATSIM 2869er, continue descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1032, clear ILS approach Hanoi 10.
Good island, destination.
Vacated around 17 at Delta.
Canadian 5541, right onto Sierra, Sierra 12.
Right on Sierra and stand Sierra 12, Scandinavian 5541.
continue descent at level 70.
Descent, flight level 70, fraction 393 November.
Jet Airways 699er, descent at level 60.
Descent flight level 60, Jet Airways 699.
Bisbo Control, Alpine 52, Mike X-Ray established, ILS 17.
Alpine 52, Mike X-Ray, wind 180 degrees 7 knots, RVR 1,300 meters, cloud ways height 300 feet, runway 17, clear to land.
Clear to land for Alpine 52, Mike X-Ray.
Jet 2869er, confirmed established. Confirmed established. Confirm established.
Yeah, the visibility is absolutely appalling.
Jet 2869er, wind calm, runway 10, clear to land.
Although we should see the runway before minimums.
Jet 2869er, Roger, climbing straight ahead 4,000 feet. Jet 2869er, runway heading 4,000 feet.
Yeah, you'd think the weather in Portugal would be nicer than this, wouldn't you? But often when I've flown into Porto on Sim, I often do get quite lousy weather.
Descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1033, Jet Airways 699.
Fraction 393 November, turn right heading.
We probably configured a little bit early, we're still 7.5 miles out. Normally we only really need to be getting our gear down around about 5 or 6 miles out, but I'm noticing we got a little bit of a tailwind, so yeah, I just wanted to configure it early.
Jet Airways 699er on present heading, clear ILS approach, runway 03, report established.
Maintaining prudence, heading clear for ILS approach, runway 03, Jet Airways 699er.
Jet 2869er, turn right heading 260.
Okay, let's keep my because this is as bad as the landing I did in Budapest earlier in the snow. I didn't upload that to the channel.
Fraction 393 November, expect a VO RDME approach runway 35 at Cascais, runway 17 in use.
Got so many poor visibility approaches recently. Ah, the wind swung right back round now. Now it's a yeah, it's weird. A minute ago it's a tailwind, now it's swung around to a 6 knot headwind. Okay, fair enough. Let's keep my eyes peeled for the ground. Hopefully you're going to see it before too. Should hopefully drop out the cloud in a minute.
Turn right heading 280.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on.
Fraction 393 November, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1033.
Can't see a thing. It's really disconcerting. Ah, there's the ground. Okay, I'm just about to see the ground. It's really disconcerting. It's
Approaching 17.
if you say so. I'm approaching 17. Actually, the lights on at the airport. I'm sure they are, you know. But that is really, really awful visibility, isn't it?
Hello, Tomjet 12 Tango, level 370.
Tomjet 12 Tango, Lisboa, radar contact.
Okay, I can see the runway. That's always good news.
400. 100 above. 300.
We don't half seem high up though, don't we? Oh no,
Fraction,
okay.
Jet Airway 699er, cancel approach clearance, turn right heading 120. Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1033.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
There we go.
Fraction 393 November, turn left heading 140. Jet 2869er, descend 3,000 feet.
Blitzborough Control Alpine 52 Mike X-ray vacated runway 17 on Foxtrot.
Alpine 52, Mike X-ray, stand Sierra 53.
Taxi to stand Sierra 53 for Alpine 52 Mike X-ray. Right, just gotta find where the hell Sierra 53 is now.
November, continue descend 2,500 feet.
53 is on the corner there, just opposite Delta. Okay.
Not yet, sir.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. The landing rate, let's have a look. It's got me down at minus 220, which sounds about right. So not quite the classic batter that everyone likes to do, but certainly in real aviation terms, certainly, and considering the conditions, certainly a perfectly acceptable landing. So yeah, I'm quite pleased, and then we were nicely on the centre line as well. So I was really pleased with that. Where are we? LPPR. Let's just get. Let's have a look. I need airport BS.
Section 393 November, turn left heading 070.
So,
Standard 9, turn right heading 210.
Sierra 53, he said. Should be up here somewhere.
Fraction 393 November, turn left heading 020.
It's opposite Delta, Sierra 53, so it's going to be in amongst where all these. Sometimes I really wish I didn't have the. I deleted all the ground planes. Hold on, just need to concentrate. Sierra 56. Yes, I think there's a Ryanair parked in my space. But that's not a VATSIM traffic, that's just a static traffic. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to park directly on him. But this is just static traffic, so...
Jet Airways 6 Standard 9, turn right heading 300.
Unfortunately, the controller doesn't know I've got static traffic set up at this airport, so we have to improvise a little bit there. I could, as I say, painstakingly go around and delete out all the static aircraft, but I kind of do like them being there. Okay, we can disconnect now from VATSIM. We can take a look at the replay. Let's have another look at that landing. Now, unfortunately, the flight factor A320, we don't get sound on the replay. We get a little bit of sound which comes from XP Realistic, but we don't get any sound from the aircraft itself. I really wish I'd sort that out, but it's something I haven't got around to doing yet, unfortunately. But yeah, let's just rewind back and we'll see how we did on that landing. Oh gee, I sat there a while, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Yeah, no worries. Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to catch you again on board another one of my flights another time. So yeah, here we are, just coming in.
200.
Yeah, no sound.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
But yeah, nice firm touchdown, and look at that, bang on the centre line. I'm really pleased with that landing.
20. 30. 40. 50. 100. 200.
And we managed to vacate at the first taxiway as well. The flight before me, he vacated on Delta, so he must have had a longer landing. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm really happy that I managed to get down in good time. The other thing the replays don't give you is any tyre smoke or spray or anything. It's really quite frustrating.
50. 40. 30.
Perhaps went into the flare a little bit too early. It's probably the only criticism I can make of this landing. See if we see anything from the tower.
30,
Probably
40,
not.
50, 100. 200. 300.
Oh no, we will just see ourselves coming out the mist. fog rather. Somewhere. Should be there somewhere. Somewhere there's a plane.
200.
Or not.
100.
Now where is it? Oh, there I am.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Well, it's a bit stuttery. Zoom in that much. Okay, excuse me. Just going to finish off with a wing view arrival, and that'll bring us to the end of this flight.
500.
So yeah, that just about brings us to the end of this stream. Thank you very much to everyone who has joined me today. As always, I realise you had a choice of flights you can watch on YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing my one. I wish you a pleasant onward browsing journey, or whatever else you're going to go off and do. And of course, I hope very much to welcome you and everyone and new people on board another one of my flights in the very near future. So from here in a very rainy, grey, dull Porto, I leave you now with this wing view of my arrival on runway 17.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And there we have it. I'll see you all on another flight. That's bye for now.